You're Kyle Shanahan, offensive mastermind extraordinaire, and your championship-caliber passing attack just got obliterated by the injury gods. What do you do when your elite receiving core transforms into a medical emergency? You get creative, get aggressive, and apparently you get Marquez Valdes-Scantling. The San Francisco 49ers just made a move that screams both desperation and determination, snatching veteran wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling right out from under the Pittsburgh Steelers' noses. This isn't just another routine signing. This is a franchise scrambling to salvage what was supposed to be their Super Bowl window, and they're willing to fight tooth and nail for every available weapon they can find. Let's paint the full picture of this organizational nightmare that's unfolding in Santa Clara. Brandon Aiyuk, their explosive young receiver, is still recovering from last season's ACL tear with serious questions about his Week 1 availability. Jawan Jennings is currently battling his own injury concerns. And if that wasn't enough salt in the wound, Demarcus Robinson just got hammered with a 3-game suspension for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy. Despite his appeal, he'll be watching from home when the season kicks off. This is the kind of perfect storm that can derail championship aspirations faster than you can say injury report. The 49ers went from having one of the most dynamic receiving core in the league to staring at a depth chart that looks more like a MASH unit than a professional football roster. But here's where the story gets interesting. Instead of panicking or making excuses, San Francisco decided to go on the offensive. They've already pulled off a trade for former Kansas City Chiefs receiver Sky Moore, and now they've outmaneuvered Pittsburgh to land Valdes-Scantling. This isn't just roster management. This is calculated aggression from an organization that refuses to let circumstances dictate their fate. The Valdes-Scantling factor. More than just a band-aid solution, Marquez Valdes-Scantling might not be the sexiest name in free agency, but don't let that fool you into thinking this is a throwaway signing. This is a receiver who knows what it takes to contribute to championship-level football, having been part of successful Green Bay Packers teams, and understanding the pressure that comes with high-stakes situations. After his recent release from the Seattle Seahawks, MVS found himself in the enviable position of choosing between two legitimate contenders. The Pittsburgh Steelers were reportedly in the mix, which tells you everything you need about his perceived value around the league. When multiple playoff-caliber teams are competing for your services, you're clearly bringing something valuable to the table. What Valdes-Scantling brings to San Francisco is exactly what they need right now: veteran presence, professional reliability, and the kind of deep threat capability that can keep opposing defenses honest. He's not going to replace Brandon Aiyuk's production, but he doesn't need to. He just needs to be competent, consistent, and ready to contribute when his number gets called. Pittsburgh's interest in Valdes-Scantling wasn't accidental. They recognized the same qualities that made him attractive to the 49ers. The Steelers have their own receiver room concerns and could have used his veteran savvy to complement their existing weapons. The fact that San Francisco managed to win this recruiting battle speaks volumes about their urgency and their ability to sell their vision to available talent. This wasn't just about money or opportunity. This was about choosing between two organizations with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. Valdes-Scantling ultimately decided that Kyle Shanahan's offensive system and Brock Purdy's emerging leadership gave him the better chance to make a meaningful impact on a championship run. The timing couldn't be more perfect for both sides. The 49ers get an immediate injection of experience and reliability, while MVS gets the chance to prove he can still be a valuable contributor on football's biggest stage. Sometimes the best marriages happen when both parties have something urgent to prove. But wait, there's more. The 49ers aren't stopping with just the Valdes-Scantling signing. They're also bringing back rookie wide receiver Junior Bergen to their practice squad after he cleared waivers. This might seem like a minor move, but it's actually another brilliant hedge against the uncertainty plaguing their receiver room. Bergen was the only one of their 11 draft picks who got waived, but San Francisco clearly saw enough potential to want him back in the building. Having a young, hungry receiver on the practice squad gives them flexibility and depth that could prove invaluable if more injuries strike or if their current options don't pan out as expected. This move demonstrates the kind of thorough, multi-layered approach that separates championship organizations from pretenders. They're not just addressing their immediate needs, they're building depth and preparing for various scenarios that could unfold throughout the season. Here's what makes this entire situation fascinating from a strategic standpoint. Kyle Shanahan has built his reputation on maximizing talent and creating opportunities for players to exceed expectations. His offensive system has a track record of making good players great and average players good. If anyone can extract maximum value from players like Valdes-Scantling and Sky Moore, it's Shanahan. His ability to design creative route combinations, manufacture easy completions, and put receivers in positions to succeed has been consistently demonstrated throughout his coaching career. Brock Purdy's emergence as a legitimate franchise quarterback only amplifies this potential. Purdy has shown he can distribute the ball effectively and make smart decisions under pressure. Having veteran receivers who understand route concepts and can create separation will only make his job easier and the entire offense more dangerous. Let's be brutally honest about what's really at stake here. The 49ers championship window is wide open right now, but it won't stay that way forever. They have an elite defense, a creative offensive system, a promising young quarterback, and the kind of organizational culture that breeds success. But championship windows have a nasty habit of slamming shut when you least expect it. Injuries pile up, key players age out, salary cap constraints bite, and suddenly what looked like a sure thing becomes a missed opportunity. The 49ers understand this reality, which is why they're being so aggressive about addressing their receiver concerns. This isn't about finding perfect solutions. It's about finding workable solutions that can keep their championship dreams alive. Valdes-Scantling and the other moves they're making might not be glamorous, but they could very well be the difference between a Super Bowl run and a season of what-ifs. San Francisco's aggressive approach to addressing their receiver situation is sending shockwaves throughout the NFL. Other teams are watching closely to see how this strategy plays out, and some are probably kicking themselves for not being more aggressive in their own pursuit of available talent. The fact that the 49ers beat out Pittsburgh for Valdes-Scantling also demonstrates their ability to compete for talent even when operating from a position of need. That's the mark of an organization that players want to play for. Somewhere they believe they can contribute to something special. This signing could very well influence how other teams approach similar situations throughout the season. When championship contenders start making desperate moves, it usually means they're serious about maximizing their current opportunity, regardless of the cost or the optics. The 49ers have made their statement loud and clear. They're not going to let injuries derail their championship aspirations without a fight. Whether Marquez Valdes-Scantling becomes a crucial piece of their puzzle or just a reliable role player, this move represents the kind of win-now mentality that defines truly elite organizations. So, what do you think? Did San Francisco just solve their receiver crisis with some savvy maneuvering? Or are they still in trouble despite these additions? Share your thoughts in the comments below and smash that like button if you're as intrigued as I am to see how this all plays out when the games actually matter.